One thing worked right. We got one, Carly. It's been an interesting introduction here to Carly Skjodt on SANDCAST. Actually, shoot, I meant to ask you, amidst all this hubbub with the camera, I meant to ask you how to pronounce your name. Because it's got to be the most mispronounced name. I want to confirm it's Scott, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, I hope you know how to say my last name.
Molly Turner tried to correct me. She said it was Skjodt.
Oh, no. Scott.
And I'm sure you hear every different type of pronunciation.
Yeah, I feel like it's so hard people don't even try, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, they'll just say my first name and then ask. So.
Yeah. That's how it is with me. They're like, Travis,
yeah.
Amir, yep, present.
Yeah. It's tough. But
what kind of name is that?
It's Danish, and
Okay.
my grandparents, like, whenever they came over, they just changed it to Scott, like, pronunciation, because it would have been too difficult. So it was something else. I don't know what it was.
I was about to ask what
It was probably like Skjodt or something like that, which no one would ever guess either.
Yeah.
So
It's funny because when you used to do the commentating for the AVP, Delaney, you used to say Knudsen, which is actually how you pronounce it.
Because I had a really good friend whose last name was Knudsen. So I was like, oh, I got this one.
Yeah, so you
I'm
nail
it.
Right. But they did the same thing. They sort of like cheated the name to Americanize it to make it easier.
But they left the K.
They left the K.
So just to mess with people.
Yeah. So then we removed that name though from Delaney. She's a Mewhirter now. Made
Got
it
rid of
harder
it.
for everyone.
My name too. My name is a Hollywood name actually.
I always forget that.
My my grandfather and grandmother from Sweden, and it was Bjornefelt. And he changed it to Bourne because he came over and was an actor and wanted a more easier name.
Can we bring it back? Try Bjornefelt?
Bjornefelt. Anders. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the most common name out there in Sweden
Really?
and Scandinavia, I think. Yeah.
What, Anders or?
Anders.
Okay.
It's like John, I think, out there. So my middle name's Anders, and then
Gotcha.
we all got weird names.
yeah,
We do.
he like changed the writing of it though.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
interesting.
BJ. It started with
yeah.
BJO.
That's pretty much what mine looks like too.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of whatever.
You don't see SKJ very often.
No, or D and T.
Yeah.
You don't really see any of it often, honestly.
But you just finished up your first season on the beach. Kind of. I mean, you played 2 AVPs before this, but this is like
Yes.
your first full year.
Yeah. I played 2 qualifiers the summer I started beach.
Which was?
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then went to Pep after that. And then after that was COVID. So like the AVP was only the top players and you couldn't qualify.
Right.
And then, so yeah, this year was kind of like my first true year.
Yeah.
But I played a lot over those 2 years, just no AVPs, just all the like Cincinnati tournaments, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Did you do like the AVP Next Gold thing? Because I mean, Evan and Logan Weber, when they, like 2021, they weren't quite auto main draw, so they just went and played all of those AVP Next Golds, which are basically what the tour series are now. I don't know if you played all those.
No, so I did 2020, and then my second season at Pep, I decided I was going to go indoor overseas. So then summer of 2021, I kind of stopped playing beach because I was like trying to focus on playing indoor.
Yeah.
So I didn't do the 2021 ones.
Got it.
And then quit indoor after like 2 months over there, came back, and then moved back out here in November of 2021. So it's been like a year now.
And you were in Portugal?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened over there? Was it short-lived?
It was short-lived. It was weird. Like, it was still COVID, and then there was one other American on my team, and they sent her home after like 3 weeks, and so it was just me. And I was kind of just bored, honestly. Like, nothing to do, didn't really talk to any of the girls. Like, I would go to practice, and everyone would be, like, stretching and warming up, and I would just, like, sit there, and they're all talking. Can't understand them. And then the coach would talk, can't understand him. And then everyone would run out. And then they'd be like, give me like a little blurb of like 10 seconds of what we were doing. And I don't know, it kind of just like took away the fun part of indoor, which is like camaraderie and like teamwork and stuff. Like I wasn't a part of it because I couldn't understand. So it just got old pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it work? Like when how long did you sign a contract for? Like a whole season?
Yeah.
I don't know how. Because I always see players, you know, they'll go for a couple months and they're like, it's not for me, and then they just come back. But you can't just like quit, can you? Or, I don't know how that
they
works.
tried to get money from me for sure. But but it's not like I was making $1 million where they can like do something. I had to buy my own flight home, and they tried to come at me for some money, but it's just like, there's nothing you can do really. I'm gone. So
where in Portugal were you?
In Porto. So it was like actually the football club that I played for. We were kind of part of it. But so FC Porto was the team I was on.
Okay.
Porto's a pretty cool city though, right?
Yeah, it was really cool. And like at first when I was trying to get through, like I would go to the city by myself, but it's pretty small. So after like walking around for
saw it all.
Even 5 days, it's like, okay, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
But it is pretty there for sure. But you can get through everything in like 2 or 3 days.
I know how it goes. I was in like a small farming town in Turkey with no car. Same thing. No one spoke English. Maybe like 2 guys on the team. But just grind through it.
Like if I went for the money, I could have like made it work, but I went for the experience, and then the experience wasn't great. So I was like, it's not like I'm coming home with like $200,000 that I'm going to be able to do something with. Like, so I was just like, I'm here for the experience, and the experience isn't great, so I don't need to like stick it out.
Yeah, you're good. You got it.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to prove. Yeah.
Right. That's a good point.
I feel like it takes a special kind of mindset to really enjoy that overseas life. Because you see a lot of beach players. Like Taylor only did a year in France, and he's like, it's not for me. But like then you see a Micah Ma who's been in Turkey, Poland, France, and he just loves it. Mm-hmm. And Zana's out there now, and she's like, Zana, he just like plays and practices and then just watches volleyball all the time. He loves it.
Yeah.
There's
loves
certain people
volleyball,
that are
and he's very social.
Micah?
Like happy,
you can get around
social.
with anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a certain personality for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many guys that I played with through college. Then we all went overseas, and then some guys are just 2 months in, a week in for Tony Torelli. It's just like,
funny.
I know what I want. Nope, this isn't it. I'm out. And then like Brad Lawson came back pretty quick. A lot. I mean, so many people.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're not making life-changing money. You're literally, I mean, most people's the average contract's probably closer to like 20 grand, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So I was like, well, I could go do privates and make 20 grand in a year if I wanted, but I wanted to go be a pro indoor player and live overseas. And if you get the gist of it in 5 days, then you're good.
Yeah. For sure.
And you picked up the beach pretty fast.
Did I?
I think.
Yeah. It was a process. I mean, obviously playing volleyball since I was like 11 or whatever, there's some overlap, but ish. It was honestly, not that COVID was good in any way, but like giving me like an extra like year almost with Marcio and whoever else was coaching there at the time was super helpful for me. And also like having the fall as like being a spring sport was huge. So I had that summer after I finished at Michigan, and then I had like a whole fall of just training, which was helpful.
Yeah.
But
And you hadn't had any beach experience before that?
Yeah, I'm from Indiana. We don't have any
right,
beaches
I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, it's starting to grow now. Like when I go back, there's some youth stuff, but no, growing up, we had nothing really beach-wise. And then I was just at Michigan, and I was like, I don't want to get a job, so like what else can I do?
Right.
And then that's like kind of when everyone was starting to do it. And I went to my Michigan coach, and he was like awesome about it and helped me out. And obviously I got lucky that Marcio took me at Pepperdine.
Yeah.
So no experience prior to, but
great place to end up. Great place to land is with Marcio at Pepperdine for sure.
For sure.
Love that. And how's the beach life, being from Indiana and being from the indoor environment? A lot of change, or familiar?
I think so. I think like collegiately it was really different, just like the energy and vibe of
basically
indoor.
No fans. There's not that crowd pressure really. For
sure. And Michigan's like a super big school, so it was just like different in every way. Like I went from like a Big Ten campus to I mean, Malibu, I can't complain, but it's like so different. It's like a population of whatever it
just
is.
A little school on the hill versus like Michigan.
There's it's like half the size of my high school. So that was really different, I think. But I think just the challenge of like learning something new, I kind of just get caught up in that. And being in grad school, it didn't matter as much to have the college experience or whatever. I had enough of that at Michigan. Right. So the beach life is definitely different, I would say. And just being an individual sport, like you have to have your like head on straight and just be willing to work without anyone telling you what to do,
Right. Yep.
Which is different. Like even in Portugal, like I didn't have a say on anything I was doing, right? Like they told me what to do and I did it. And now it's like, if I don't do anything, then I'm not going to perform. Yeah. So, exactly. But I like that. I mean, I like having freedom.
Yeah.
But
I think that's another factor that kind of decides whether or not someone can hang on the beach, is if they really thrived in that, like, tell me what to do environment. And then they come to the beach, they're like, oh, I have to figure everything out on my own. Whereas some people are like, don't like being told what to do necessarily. Like, I want to do things my way and figure it out. And like, those are the people that are going to thrive a little bit more on the beach. Yeah. Or, I mean, that's why you just see so many people have different tactics in terms of like how they schedule their years and how they go about their days. It's just like the full spectrum of preparation, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like everyone always is just constantly figuring it out too. What really does work for sure. Them.
Yeah.
I mean, like your off seasons look different every time.
Yeah,
your seasons look different every time.
Yeah. You got to keep adapting.
Yeah. And this was your kind of first year just figuring it out on your own.
Yeah. And it was honestly kind of like a half year for me, I would say, because I had my full-time job until June, I think. Okay, not half, but so when I was working full-time, I was only getting to train like 3 times a week. And that was me like waking up, practicing, and being home for like 15 minutes and then being at work like in person for 8 hours. Yeah. Like I'd be going like all day long on those days. So, I mean, that's why ultimately I quit, is because I felt like I wasn't giving myself a fair chance. Like I would be losing and then I'm like, how am I supposed to be mad at myself when I'm practicing like twice a week, competing against people that are like have a full-time coach lifting every single day. Like it's hard to compare. So yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know, I got into it kind of in the middle of season, I would say. But it is interesting because beach, there's so few resources and then you don't know like how much to give and like how much is going to be returned, right? So it's like, do you get a full-time coach, like, and do you get a personal trainer and all these things? So that's kind of what I'm trying to navigate now in the off season and figure out like how I'm going to approach this next year.
Yeah. What did you like about this year in terms of scheduling, and what do you think you can pick up to do? Like, what are you trying to add to your workload next year?
I mean, having a coach, like one coach that works with you from start to finish, whether that's like, I need to get better at X, Y, and Z. Like when I would go to sessions with coaches, it's like I'm working on one thing once, and it's not like a long progression of things. So I think that would be huge. Anyone who has a coach is obviously at an advantage. But and then a personal trainer, I think. Like I was trying to do it a lot on my own last year. And I think I'm really good at pushing myself. But when it comes to lifting, that's where I'm like lack. I'm like 15 pounds is good. But I think ramping that up like in the off season would be helpful for me for sure.
Yeah. Do you need a trainer, like an in-person trainer, or someone to just send you a program?
I think both, but like maybe a hybrid where they can like see me, because I've been working with someone now and I'll be like, no, that's a good weight. And then he'll be like, no, it's not. Like you can do so much more than that. I'm like, really? This feels really hard. Like, so someone like seeing me and then adjusting accordingly is important for me, I think.
I need someone in person.
Yeah.
I just don't like questioning the workout. Like if my trainer sends me them, I'm just like, I think I'm doing it right, but is my glute in the right? I just don't want to think about it. I just want to turn my mind off and just, okay, go. I trust you. Yeah. And so I just want someone in person all the time. If I have to like put my workout together and like do all the prep, I'm just like, I'm over it. Yeah.
Because my guy, Nathan, he just sends me my program and he'll update it every single day on how I'm feeling or what my schedule is or whatever. And then I just like the freedom to be like, and I feel like working out now. Oh, and then I just go.
Timing wise,
yeah. So the timing, I'm just able to, especially with like what I do, like if I have to call someone for an interview.
Right.
Like I can do that. I don't have to work it around any schedule. Like
That's true.
I just, okay, well, I'll interview you and then I'll work out or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I just like having the freedom. Just walk out to the Garden of Gains and get after
Garden
it.
of Gains, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To each his own.
Yeah. But it's funny because like everyone always talks about assembling a team. And you're big on that.
Mm-hmm.
You get your trainer, you get your coach. I feel like this generation, like your kind of generation of college players are picking that up a lot faster. Whereas I feel like most players didn't really start doing that until like year 3 or 4 or 5.
Because you're used to having it, right? From college. And then also players that never had that on the beach. Like I had never been coached on the beach in my life until I partnered with Hayden.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no one's ever taught me anything. But I don't know. I think it's important to have someone that's like taking care of the things you're not good at, you know?
Yeah.
And then allowing you to focus more on like the task at hand rather than like, now I have to learn how to be a personal trainer to myself and like train a professional athlete at a world-class level. Like that's a lot of brain power that I just
Totally.
don't want. But then the financial investment that comes along with that, which is usually the defining factor of not getting that.
Totally.
Yeah. It's tricky.
Yeah, it is.
But that's probably what you're looking for is kind of the team to put together.
I would say like coaching, training, and playing with one person for a season would be huge for me.
Yeah.
Or anyone, I mean, in general. But if you look at same thing with me this season. Like I would lose with a partner that I trained with for a week, and it's like, okay, well, we're playing against whoever has been practicing like every single day for 6 months.
Yes.
You know, so obviously like when it comes down to it, they're probably going to get that win.
Yeah.
So that, and a coach would be huge. Even just like running a good practice, you know?
Exactly.
It's like I can only come up with like a couple of drills on the spot.
I'm so bad at that.
Yeah. And then like even when I try to prepare in advance, I'm like, okay, who's going to run the drill? Like if I want to work on something other than like serve and pass or like side out, then who's going to insert the ball? Like it always has to be.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a huge advantage for teams that have coaches.
Yeah. And then you prep a practice for what you want. And then you're like, is this cool, guys? And they're like, well, can I do this? And then you want to do that? It's like, well, that just changed everything.
Yeah.
Rather than just like, you're on our court. Like if people come to our court, it's our practice and we just run it. Obviously we ask, is there anything you want to get in? But then our coach runs it. And if we go to someone else's court, vice versa, we ask, can we do a few of these? But we let them run it.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I first came on the beach, I was like, this is, like I would go out with, the random crew of just like whoever. And it was just so bad. I was like, I can't do this ever again. Once I practiced with Hayden and them, like structured, just get our shit done, get off. I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that other style of practice ever again.
Yeah.
I think that's the toughest part is when you don't have a coach, when you're like, you come in, you know what you want to work on, but then the other team, it's like, actually, we'd rather do transition stuff. You're like, well, I wanted to do side out. And then it's just, you're going back and forth about what drills, and then you're in, we'll play.
Yeah.
You just play
another day of
sets for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, damn it.
I'm out.
But you played with a wide variety of people. And I don't think that that's a bad thing in your first year, though, because you learn to figure out what kind of partner you like to play with, both personality-wise and playing-wise. Because you did well with Gina for what? You played San Antonio and...
We did Panama City and then Austin. We sneaked into Austin.
The windiest tournament ever.
Yeah.
Panama City was crazy.
That was wild.
And then you snuck into Austin. You guys played well in Austin, too.
Yeah, we lost to the two finalists.
Mel and Pav and Taryn and Kristen. And you took Taryn and Kristen to 3. Bad.
It was so hot there, too.
Right.
Like, when we were switching sides, like, I was just, like, pouring a whole bottle on my head.
Yeah.
We were in, like, peak heat. But
yeah, it was gnarly.
Everyone was playing in that, so.
Yeah. And then you played, so what you did, that with Gina, you did a couple with Molly. You won Seaside and Laguna with Molly.
Yep.
Which was Chicago as well.
Yep.
You did a couple with Macy.
Couple with Macy, finished with Katie, and then Haley and I played San Antonio. I think that was it.
Haley Harward?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then she played, we got second, but then she ended up playing with M. Day in New Orleans, so.
Okay.
But we still went to San Antonio.
Okay. Did pretty well.
Yeah.
She had success with a lot of different types of partners.
Yeah. She's fun.
Well, you did too.
Yeah. What is that? Did we say 6, 5?
I mean, we had Gina, you had Molly, Katie, Haley,
Macy. Yeah.
Anyone else sneak in there?
I don't think so.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot in 1 year.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So what are you looking for in a partner now? Because you stated that you want to have kind of one steady person. What did you like about certain players? Like, what kind of a defender are you looking for? Are you looking to split block?
No.
Shutting that down.
I love defense, but not on the beach. Well, it's not even that. It's just, it would be like starting at 0.
Yeah,
and I just started at 0 in like 2019. So, no, I think like it's just all about like feeling a vibe with a partner. I don't think there's like specific characteristics or like a checklist of something that I need from a partner. But I think for me, like at the end of the day, volleyball is super fun. So someone that can help remind me of that in hard times is important. Because I play because I am just obsessed. Like everyone just makes fun of me for always watching and talking about it. So, just finding someone that can help balance me out. I can be a little competitive at times. So
yeah, you're one of the more competitive people I know. You're competitive kind of like a guy sometimes, where it's like you get a little edgy. I'm like, I like that Carly.
Yeah, I can definitely get pissed off at things, but I try to recenter myself after each point.
Yeah. But you mentioned you want to have someone who like has fun, but that has a lot of different looks, because you can have someone who's like kind of goofy fun. You have someone who's like, all right, my fun, like the type of fun that Matt Furbringer, when we had him on the podcast, I love the way he described it. It's like, my kind of fun is practicing for 2 hours and being dialed in and walking away and like, I just got better. Like, that's fun for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for you, I know winning is obviously very fun.
Yeah. Well, it's more so I hate losing.
Okay.
More than I enjoy winning.
Got it.
But yeah, I agree. Like, I can't do like the dozy ditzy thing. And like, obviously I say this sometimes too when people were like, oh, that was just a good shot. Like, that annoys me.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Obviously it was a good
agree.
shot, but I can still like be better on that play.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, someone who's definitely intense and like cares to win and cares like not to lose. But like Katie Dickens is so fun to play with, and she's super intense, but like also she'll remind me like throughout. Like, she's like, all right, like I can make a terrible play, and then she can kind of help me reset. She probably doesn't think that I'm reset, but like it is helpful just to like know you don't have too much pressure from your partner, but like there's like high expectations there.
Yeah.
Totally. Like a mindful reminders, and kind of like reminders, because your partner's right there next to you, feeling all your energy.
Yeah.
Like, bring me back when I drift away a little bit. Pull me
sure.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super helpful, I think.
How is Katie? I've never had like a full conversation with her. Did you live in Texas?
No.
I always just kind of associate you with Texas.
Oh, please don't.
I don't know why.
There's that competitiveness.
No, Katie is awesome. We played in Atlantic City in 2020 together.
Okay.
And obviously just stayed friends since then. And then Jen originally wasn't supposed to be able to play, I believe, Atlantic City, the pro event this year. So Katie and I like talked way earlier in the season, like we should do the qualifier and that one together. So we committed to Virginia Beach. And then obviously they changed the pro event, and Jen ended up winning this weekend. But we just had committed to that a long time ago. So she's super fun, competitive, and obviously she's very, very good. So it's always fun.
It worked out for everyone.
Yeah.
And you and Katie, you get third in Virginia, and then you get another third in you got third, right?
Yeah.
Central Florida? Okay. And then Jen ends up winning.
I know.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Katie's probably regretting the partner swap, but no, it was fun. Jen's awesome also, so definitely happy for her to win that.
Yeah, I mean, for you to make a semifinal in your rookie year, I mean, it's pretty badass, because that was a pro series, obviously one of the like lighter ones. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good tournament.
Yeah, it was. Definitely always wish that you could do better, but yeah. Like, looking back, I'm proud and like excited about it, but in the moment it wasn't as happy feelings.
There's that competitor we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's how it's got to be if you're going to keep climbing the ladder, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you guys left something out on the court? Is that why, like, I mean, I know all different types of disappointment. Usually if I feel like we played really well, like close to like the potential of us, and then we just got beat, it's okay. But then if you feel like you kind of left a little out there somehow between the two of you, that's the one that like eats away at you.
Yeah. I was talking to Katie about that because we lost to Jen and Carly on Saturday.
Okay.
And I was kind of saying, like, it almost is worse when you, like, feel like you did well and lose.
Right.
But then we lost Sunday to Gina and M Day. And it was like, actually, I can't remember, but it was like a third set, really close.
Right.
And then we just lost it. Like,
Right.
she got, like, 3 aces at the end, and then they won, like, 15-11.
Yeah.
So that one was definitely worse.
Yeah.
So I decided that it's worse if you play bad or like make errors at the end. Like I think I hit 2 balls out in the last 10 points.
Right.
It's just like, okay, well, it's your own fault.
Right.
But that is worse, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Both bad.
Yeah. Both very bad.
Yeah.
You and Johnny had a good little run.
Yeah, we did.
That was fun.
It was like one of those
got a lot of life
losses
in
where
it.
I'm like, because we played 4 sets against Taylor and Phil, lost all of them, but they were all, I think 18 was the worst we had.
Yeah.
And it was like 18 all, you know, like we had our chances at the end. So for me, that was like, if we lost like, 16, 17, it's like, okay, we just got beat. But we were right there on every single set and lost all 4. It was like a little stinger. But at the same time, I was like, man, if I can make the finals with Johnny right now, it's going to be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Dude,
So,
he was
it was
playing
fun.
so good.
Yeah, and he's played
Holy
so
cow.
good. It's unbelievable. His arms still good. He's slicing and dicing.
That
I mean, it just feels like a top pro, like playing with a top pro. He's freaking 50.
Yeah.
Insane.
So cool.
I was talking to Robin after. She's like, he can't retire right now. Look at the way he's playing.
That's what she's been doing for 10 years. And John somehow just lets her make the call. It seems like it. He's just like, okay, I'll keep playing.
I was
Whatever
like,
you
Rob,
want.
how does he feel after these tournaments, getting
Oh,
served
so bad.
95% of the
Oh
balls?
my gosh.
Oh, he's hurting for sure. For sure. And then he's probably in the gym the next day, to be honest.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, that was fun. It was a good event. It was a
Yeah.
good like end of the year. I mean, it felt pretty low key, right? At that,
Yeah.
it felt like I haven't played in any tour series, but like that's what the tour series should feel like.
Yeah.
And it would be a really, strong.
Yeah. It was
Still a really good event, fun event. Like the little stands filling up, but it didn't feel like a real big pro event.
Yeah. It felt very similar to what I think like a decent tour series. Like Huntington.
Yeah,
had
like
a very
it should
similar
be.
crowd.
It should be
as
that.
Central Florida.
Like that would be perfect for the tour series.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
That was just a one-off too, and it was like not on the schedule and in the middle of Florida. So
Yeah, I feel like it was just such a random location.
yeah, and in random time,
Yeah.
it's like nobody wanted to play.
Yeah.
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 So
But the site itself is great. That sand is awesome.
sand is great. You have that permanent structure of a building there, which is cool. Like we pretty much never have that unless we're at like a tennis stadium or Phoenix Suns stadium.
Yeah.
So yeah, the venue is great. It's just
In the middle of nowhere.
in the middle of nowhere, and the fans aren't gonna. Even the resort was kind of nice. It was like a golf resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have brought my clubs.
Yeah, exactly. Theo and Cameron did.
Did they?
Well, they golfed pretty much the whole weekend. No, I was driving back and I saw them on the course. Wanted to give them a little honk.
At least they got to enjoy their time.
Yeah, exactly. But no, well, good end to the year, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long one. Did you expect to play this long?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Everyone's like ready for a break. I'm like, the September to December was perfect break.
Yeah.
I don't need any longer than that.
Yeah. So you're going to be training straight through the off season?
Probably.
Yeah.
I feel like super light right now I am, but I'm ready to go,
Yeah.
January.
Do you think it's kind of an advantage for you to have picked up beach as late as you did? Because like you can't be any closer to burnout.
No.
Like it's still so new for you.
Yeah. No. And I just feel like I was 22 or whatever, and like my ability to learn was much higher than probably like bouncing back and forth between the two of them. Like I was fully focused on indoor for whatever my whole life, and then when I came to the beach, I was just super excited to like have something new to learn, you know? So that was cool. But yeah, no, not close to burnout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be kind of funny for you and probably your family as well that like you grew up really good indoor player. You were second team All-American at Michigan, like all Big Ten, and then now you're playing beach professionally.
Yeah.
Pretty random. Did you ever envision that?
No, but I didn't even think about it. Like obviously watching the Olympics, like, you know, there's beach volleyball, but I think I was so removed from it. When I was at Michigan, we had like little courts on campus and we would kind of play for fun.
Yeah.
But it honestly didn't even come to my mind really. And I didn't even really know there was like a tour in America. Like I knew like, yeah, I don't think I did.
But you never like sat down and watched a match, really?
Not AVP, no. And
Maybe
even
Olympics,
now, like people will talk about like old stuff and I don't know what they're talking about, which I should, but I never watched it growing up. Like I would watch the Beach Olympics and just thought it was like any other Olympic sport.
Right. Different sport.
So yeah, I had no idea about it. But yeah, my family enjoys it. I think my dad will never say it, but I think he likes indoor more because it's like longer rallies. But outside of that, they say they love it.
And indoor, I mean, it's just such a physical game because I started to commentate the Italian League indoors, taking a real crash course. Recently. And I can't even follow the ball. They hit it so freaking hard. And then watching, I covered Pitt and Wisconsin.
Oh, you did?
Which was a great match.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is nuts. I mean, there's 18,000 people there, like packed gym. It's just it's a totally different sport.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, watching it, it was like kind of a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh, this is so new and different. Like, it was kind of fun.
It's so weird that I feel so far removed from it that it feels weird that I was a professional athlete in that sport, you know? Like, it just feels so foreign to me. When I go back, I'm like, oh, that's terrible. Like, how is that legal?
I know.
And then they're just hitting the crap out. I mean, it's a great sport. It's just for certain people, more specialized people, I think, that want to be good at one skill. But, yeah.
Do you ever consider yourself as like a dual sport professional athlete?
No.
You played professionally in two different
I've never
sports?
thought about it like
Because they're so
that.
different. It's just occurring to me now.
Yeah, I've never thought about it like that. I'll take it, though.
Like Deion
I'll take
Sanders.
the label. Yeah, I'm pretty much Deion Sanders. Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Same goes for you too, actually.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, you did your time in Portugal. It was
2
brief.
months.
It was brief, but you did.
It was 2 months that I was there, but it was 2 months of preseason. So I actually only played one game and then we won. And then the next day I told my coach I was going home.
Went out on top.
Yeah.
So you're undefeated.
I'm undefeated. Exactly.
Not many people can say that.
I know, right?
Did you consider trying to find a different contract? Like, was Portugal just not for you? Because I feel like the timing was also kind of shitty with COVID.
Yeah, it was shitty for sure. I think if I would have had like a really good friend who wanted to play overseas and we were like on the same page, like let's go play together, I would have for sure done that again. But, or I guess maybe go to like a English speaking country.
Yeah.
Like Switzerland, where there's like 7 Americans on each team. But I think after I experienced it, I was like, I'm good. Like, I really love my friends and family here. And I think I enjoy, I don't know. It's weird because I love to travel and I studied abroad and I loved it. But the thought of like a year of just sitting there and playing volleyball.
Yeah.
Like, I like having a balance of either friends or a job or school, like on top of volleyball.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ever going to get that there.
It's very isolating. Like, even if you have friends on the team, like I played in Puerto Rico. One of my closest friends is from there. I went to his house, barbecue. The guys on the team spoke English. Everyone in Puerto Rico speaks English pretty much. And I was surfing. I'm from an island. Like, it was great. Great life. But I was still, like, alone.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like every day you're just kind of like, all right, I'm by myself. Oh, what do I do?
Yeah.
Hit the FaceTime, go to the gym, jump in the water, like, see if your friend wants to hang out. But it's like, you know, they have other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no matter where you go, even if you have friends around, or even one friend, like another American, you guys are just out there together, like, still very isolated and lonely. But, yeah, and if you're a homebody, you know, you just, like, want to be home, it's long.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And the time change, like, if I did want to talk to my parents, it was either, like, before my practice in the morning, or I don't know exactly, but it was only, like, certain parts of the day.
Yeah, you're about 8 hours.
And like when I'm bored,
hours,
like when I wasn't in practice, everyone would be sleeping.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. And like I don't really like watching TV that much or movies.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
tough.
then
That's
what?
half the time killer right there.
Yeah. Like I enjoy it to a certain extent, but one, you can't even get all the shows. So like everyone would be talking about new shows here that I couldn't watch.
Yeah.
Like the VPN or whatever
Right,
they say,
right.
like it doesn't work.
VPN, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't work at all. So, and I bought it and it didn't work. So yeah, it was just like sitting around a lot.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a car either.
Yeah. No,
So-
that's a big one. Like Porto's fairly, like it's pretty nice, walkable. I don't know what time of the year were you there?
Yeah. So the first month I was there, I pretty much lived in an orphanage.
Oh gosh.
And
What?
it was like a dorm room with like all the girls that were foreign. So like everyone on my team was Brazilian or from Portugal. And so we like all shared a big room. I shared a room. Sorry, we all shared a big like apartment kind of thing, like a
Right.
college dorm. I was in the same room as someone else, so I didn't even have my own personal
Right.
space.
Yeah.
And then after a month, so we were getting like fed dinner there and stuff, and it was a lot of pork, which is fine. But like we walked the grounds one day and like there was a bunch of pigs and we were like, oh my God. And we asked, I had like one of the girls that spoke English to ask like whoever was cooking, and they were like, yep, like those are the pigs you're eating. So I was like, and it's like just obviously gross to think about or see, like all these pigs have flies like all over them
Right.
and they're just like
Yeah.
in these cages. It's sad. So that was the first month, and then we finally moved into the apartments, which was a city like 15 minutes outside of Porto, but it was right on the beach. So again, like can't complain. It's a big surfing city.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just
Yep.
not much to do.
It's a grind.
Yeah.
Now you're on the beach.
Now I'm on the beach.
Not
Exactly.
bad.
It's better beach over here.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
your parents come out to any tournaments this year?
My mom was there last weekend or in Central Florida, and then my parents came to Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a cool one for that. I'm sure that they
Yeah.
were probably stoked on that one.
Yeah, it was super cool. I think that was it. Yeah. You
Okay.
can follow along.
Are they volleyball players? Well, were they?
My mom played in like high school. My
Okay.
dad played hockey. So
How did you end up falling into it? I mean, because in Big Ten country, is that just what girls do?
I feel like
Big Ten's
volleyball is
crazy
just like
good.
the most popular sport, but I mean, I played soccer growing up, and then I think my mom probably was like, "Oh, try volleyball," and it just stuck.
And guys volleyball is just unheard of, right? For the most
Yeah, it's like only a club sport there.
part. Right. Gotcha.
And you don't hear of it very much.
Yeah.
But it's growing. Like Munciana is who I played for club, and they have like a men's program now.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's growing. But when I was in high school, not really.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah.
I think like St. Louis and Chicago had some players, but like other than that, I'm trying to think. In the Midwest,
Nothing in Maryland, I can tell you that.
no. Yeah. Not in the cow fields.
No, it was.
Grass volley.
If you were trying, actually, it's funny now that like I look at it. Grass volleyball is big there, but it was just so far outside of my social circles and what we did that I didn't know. But Pottstown's 45 minutes from where I grew up,
Oh, really?
and that's like the grass tournament.
Huh.
And it's funny because now that because Andrew Dentler, he moved like 45 minutes from where I grew up, and he's like, dude, there's grass volleyball all over the place. And now that I know that,
Is
it's
that what
easy
he
to
does now?
find. Dentler, he's
Yeah.
a great grass player.
Huh.
He's won Pottstown a couple times.
Interesting.
Yeah. Did you play at Pottstown? Because you won a couple big
I
grass
did.
tournaments. You, D, and Katie won Wapaka.
Yeah, we did Wapaka, and then we did the South Carolina one in 2020.
That was grass nationals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2020.
Who'd you play? Was that triples or doubles? Or
I
that was
played with
both.
them for triples, and then Zana and I played doubles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you and Zana, did you beat Delaney and Katie?
Yeah.
Okay.
In 3.
So you're a grass national champion.
Yeah, but now I'm just like scared to play grass. I feel like everyone just gets hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not jumping
Like
on there.
people, yeah. I like was fine, but now people ask, and I'm like, I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
also think the sand kind of you build yourself to play on sand, and,
Yeah.
and the impact and the way that you fall and plant changes in your muscle memory. So if you're coming from indoor to grass, it's like, all right, get used to the slickness of it, and you should be fine. But like for me, when I jump on hard stuff now, like I just jumped to grab this like fruit out of a tree the other day, and I was like, oh, the ground's so hard. And it was on grass. It's like, oh, it hurt me so much. So yeah, no, I'm good.
I think it's something to do with your muscles adjust to it, like you were saying. Because even just playing basketball, like on Thanksgiving,
It'd crush you.
I went up to Utah with Delaney's family, and Delaney's sister's fiance, his family's huge.
Yeah.
So there was like 40 of us at this Mormon church that night, just playing like dodgeball, basketball, pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing on a gym, and I just dunked a couple times just for fun. I was like, okay, I can still do it. And I was so sore. Like 5 jumps.
Yeah. Crushes your calves. Like to go jog up and down on the hardwood just would crush my calves when I used to go play. I'm like, what the hell happened to me?
Yeah.
It's just different muscles
so
or
sad
something.
though. Like I want to stay nimble. Like I play pickleball and stuff because I'm like, I don't want to be like 25 and be like, oh, I can't play like hardcore sports. Like we're still young guys. We should be able
you
to.
can still do it, but you have to like do it consistently.
Yeah.
You know, if you did it for 2 weeks straight, you'd be back. You know, or a week straight.
Yeah.
Like if I had to go play in a I don't know, basketball game for some reason, I would train for 2 weeks. Like go do some running on hardwood, jump on hard, just to like teach your body how to like cushion again.
This is hard again.
But like I'll go for a block or something and like try not to net and like pull my feet up and land on my knees in the sand. You know, like we're doing stuff like that we don't even realize, like landing on our elbow and our shoulder, and like that, like you'll just kill yourself if you do it on the hardwood. I remember all the hip skin that used to freaking your hips are just like scabbed up at all times in indoors. Sometimes like people would hit their chins. Guys should have done the roll more.
Yeah. Oh, hit their chins.
Yeah, because you dive on your chest.
Oh, man.
Then like when you're playing pro, there's all these sponsors everywhere. And they all have like different like stickiness
patches,
to it, and they don't absorb the sweat. Once you start sweating, you slide a lot. But like one patch won't absorb any sweat, and it's like plasticky, so it goes, and then you do like a face plant.
Oh my god,
it's super sketchy.
Dude, the sponsors though in indoor, it's so funny.
Like NASCAR.
Like I'm trying to identify like who's who in this Italian league. I'm like, wait, that's behind the 57th logo, and it's Lepke. Got it.
Yeah, is that their name or is that another brand? Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is wild,
but it's necessary, I guess.
Yeah.
But my muscles don't miss indoor.
No.
Well, basketball.
I want to see you go play a 6-man game. Actually, you should go play a pickup indoor game. Have you ever played?
No, never played indoor ever.
Never.
Wow.
Have you ever even jumped and hit a ball, an indoor ball?
I played. We had gym class. We had like a week-long gym class unit.
Before you knew how to play volleyball?
Yeah. And, you just rotate around. And,
Right.
But yeah, that's it. That's the only time I've ever played indoor.
It's when everyone tells me that they can beat me in volleyball. The gym class guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really good, I promise. I'm like, oh, do you play? No, just in gym. Oh, okay. 10 years ago?
I could beat you.
Yeah. Okay. Gym class.
But you have like kind of an indoor-y style because you have one of the heaviest arms on the women's side, I think.
Maybe. I don't know about that, but yeah, I mean, indoor, it's just like hit the ball as hard as you can every time. I used to like cry myself to sleep from shoulder pain.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore. It's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like just developing that like mostly in the Big Ten, like once I got there, I feel like I started hitting harder just because you have to. And your body just like naturally adapts to that.
Yeah.
So definitely try to bring that to the beach sometimes, but there's a finesse too that is nice to have.
How long did it take you to start working the finesse side into it? Because having not grown up playing much beach, aside from just messing around at Michigan, it's not really obviously you can tip and stuff indoor, but
yeah.
It's not
No, I never like tipped
hand.
either. I was like never a tipper.
Never tipped.
No. Like my coach would be like, you can throw a couple in, but no, I think it took me a while. I mean, I think I was able to do it, but like getting comfortable doing it, like when I felt like there was a hit open, like I don't know. I feel like if I feel any space I like want to hit. I remember at Pepperdine we were warming up for like one of our first tournaments, and I was like hitting every ball because I feel like I'm trying to get my shoulder warm. And Marcio was like, Carly, warm up some of your shots. And I was like, oh, sorry. Okay, my bad. But yeah, I mean, I think I still can develop it a lot more. So to answer your question, took a while.
I think you're going in the right
still
order,
developing.
though.
Yeah.
Fastball first, change up second.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go.
For sure. I get dug enough times. I got to start developing more shots, for sure.
But nothing's more frustrating than throwing in like a tip or a soft shot and that getting dug, rather than like, well, at least they had to make a really good dig when I like hit the crap out of the ball.
Yeah, for sure.
You throw in a little tip and they're just standing there like, wow, I feel like an idiot.
For sure.
I always block better when I do that. Like I throw into something, do something dumb or like an easy high line, they're just standing there. I'm just like, okay, fuck this. Don't hit low angle on me after you pick up an easy shot. Yeah. Definitely throwing that angle hand in there.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I think that's a good call.
Was it funny for you going from like Big Ten indoor where volleyball is huge, like going to the Nebraskas, the Michigans, the Wisconsins, where like fans pack it in, and then you go to the beach and like a beach duel with like a couple parents?
Yeah, I think so. But honestly, I played beach. We got in like 5 games maybe before they called it for COVID.
That's true.
And then my second year or my 6th year was no fans.
Oh,
because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I didn't really get to experience like the lack of fans.
Yeah.
And I don't know, in indoor, you know, we had our preseason games. Not a lot of people would show up. But yeah, it was definitely different. But not like, I don't know. I feel like I don't really notice. Like I do, obviously you feel the energy, but I'm not the person who's like super like engaged with the audience just because I'm like pretty intense and I'm just like focused on like what I'm gonna do next.
Right.
Yeah.
So it didn't like affect me that much, I would say.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it watching that Wisconsin Pitt match because they packed the field house like, and then you go to the beach where you can hear other people, your opponents, like having a conversation. Right. Whatever. Yeah. I remember Savvy when she was in Chicago, she could hear Tony just having a conversation behind the ball box. She's like, shut up, like I need to focus. It's just such a different environment.
Yeah. It's definitely different. And like the heckling in indoors definitely greater from like my experience at least. Obviously
like the college frat or whatever that comes out and heckles as a group.
They would be ruthless. Like I remember one time I wasn't playing and I was on the bench and I just like went down into a squat like just because I was tired of standing and they're like, you're not going in 18, like you don't need to warm up. And it's just like, oh, okay, so didn't think I was going in, but
you're like I'm just standing here.
Yeah.
That was the crazy thing about indoor too, is like having a bench.
Yeah.
Like most of the time I was starting, but I've spent a good amount of time on the bench. And then national team, it was like I usually always started every tournament in the box. And I'm just like, this is, now that I've gone to the beach, I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm going to play on a team where I go, unless you pay me a lot. I will absolutely play in the NBA or the NFL and be on the bench. I'd rather be on the bench in the NFL. But, like, and just go stand there and just be cold and like, oh, God damn it. Oh, timeout. Yeah, we get the pepper. and then you're just bouncing balls, too. Like, no one's, like, hitting real game shots when they're warming up. You're just like, I might as well entertain the fans or entertain myself. And then you get put in, and it's like, I dare you to go in and then just serve it in the net and then leave. Like, you just feel like a complete piece of crap. And then you walk back in college, and the whole frat is, like, standing behind you, heckling you. Like, what are you here for? You're our best player. You just gave us a point. You're like, this is ridiculous.
Serving specialists in indoor are, like, angels sent from heaven. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So brutal.
You have to have not care about missing. You know?
Yeah.
You can't be like keep it in guy or girl. If you're gonna be a serving,
you just hit a muffin.
No, you can't just pop it in.
You get in more trouble than if you were to miss. Honestly.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's so tough because like you can't. You're not warming up. There's no bullpen.
No.
Like you're not throwing the catcher in there.
It's like it's a little box most of the time with like 6 people in it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's so
I got busted once. Like my foot was outside the box. I think it was international play.
Oh.
Like it was very strict. Playing for maybe Pan American games. My foot's outside and the ref stops the whole game and like blows the whistle and looks at me. I'm just like, I just look down, move my foot. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm out of my cage. Sorry.
So annoying.
Yeah. I don't know. Couldn't handle that. Is there beach? There's no subs in college beach format, right?
Only injury, I think.
So, like, are they, like, on site, the subs?
Yeah.
Depends. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can explain it.
I don't know for sure. I think just, like, if someone gets hurt,
Right.
like, your whole team travels, and if someone is... Actually, can you replace someone in the middle of a game? You probably know the rules.
Not in the
better than
middle
me.
of a match, but if someone gets hurt, like in warm-ups.
So there's alternates.
Yeah, it's tricky, though, because of the way the lineups work. So say me and you are on court 3, and I'm playing terrible. But for me, like, you can't just sub in someone. Like, if you were to sub in someone, like, out, take Carly off the bench. Like, Carly's on court 6, comes in for me. Well, when I come back into play, I can't start on court 4. I need to start back on court 3 and work my way out of the lineup. It's weird.
Weird.
Because you can't just, like... Because they did that to hedge against coaches throwing matches, where if you were playing Kristen and Taryn LSU, so someone couldn't put their court 5 against Kristen and Taryn, knowing that their court 1 wasn't going to win anyway. So So you have to, like, work your way up and down the lineup like a ladder. So it's weird. So, like, when you do get an injury and someone pops in on court 2, they can come right back out, but for them to go back in, they have to go back in like court 5 and work up. It's
Weird.
It's a kind of a weird system.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Todd Rogers was talking about doing the Ryder Cup style system, where, like, if I was coaching Pepperdine,
Right.
and you're coaching USC. So you put out your court 1. You're saying we're starting Carly Skjodt and Katie Dickens. And then I get to choose my court 1 to go against that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like, all right, well, I'm going to start Carly Kahn and Jen Ketty.
Matchup-wise,
And then I
right.
put out my court 2, and then you put out your court 2 to match up, and it just goes back and forth. So each match you do a Ryder Cup style thing.
Right.
Where it's not just like, here's my starting 5, here's my starting 5.
Oh, interesting.
I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
That is kind of cool.
That's Todd's big thing. What would you think about that?
Well, then you could still kind of put, like, your 5s against someone's 1s.
Yeah, but Todd's thing is that he likes the gamesmanship aspect of it.
Right.
He doesn't mind being like, you know what, we're just going to punt court 1 because we're going to lose anyway, and we're going to give our team a better chance rather than just put up our court 1 who maybe they'll score 16 and 18.
Right. Well, you also have matchups, right? Like someone's 3 actually might be the best matchup for another team's 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'd have the advantage there.
Yeah. But I think the Ryder Cup thing's gotten voted down a couple times.
Yeah, I don't see them making much changes.
I think it'd be fun.
The
though.
pro level would be fun, I think.
I think it'd be really fun.
That would be the coolest if we could do either an international college format or something
That'd be
domestically.
cool.
I guess state. You pick a state, like you play for a state.
Yeah, you do like kind of an East Coast versus West Coast.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, East Coast, West Coast.
Or, you know, if you bring back, because we did that one Brazil versus the U.S. that one year. Did you play in that?
I did it in Brazil.
Yeah.
Was there one in the U.S.?
Well, it was Brazil versus the U.S., right? And that was in Brazil?
Yeah.
And I think it'd be kind of cool to do that again, where, you know,
Oh, yeah,
Brazil's like,
for
all right, we
sure.
got, you know, Alison and Alvaro. And then
We
US
could easily
talks,
do
we're
that.
Like, okay, yeah, we'll send out Try and hide.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
Yeah, right, yeah. Again,
I
that
think it'd
was
be so fun.
amazing. But we used to have exhibitions. Like, they don't exist anymore. I got, like, the tail end of it, I think. Like, literally, I think we got $5,000 guaranteed first class to Brazil.
Ooh.
And we just played, like, we couldn't, like, an American team was going to be in the final no matter what. Because we got smoked. But they just set it up so that no matter what, there's going to be an American team in the final, which was us. So we ended up making more, but, like, pretty much just losing less than the Americans, not really beating the Brazilians. Because they were in peak season, we were in off season. But it was amazing. And another time we went to Miami, the Miami Open of tennis, and we're, like, in the training room with Serena and, like, Djokovic and all the heavy hitters. Got put up in the hotel, paid guarantee money. We just played a little exhibition outside.
I didn't know that.
Dude, there's so many good stories of the older players. Like Hot Winter Nights. You ever hear about that?
Mm-mm.
It used to be like...
It's kind of your country, too. Up there
Yeah,
in the
they used to
West.
go
Yeah.
around, like, to whatever NBA arena. It was indoors, usually, right?
Yeah.
Exhibitions during the winter. called Hot Winter Nights, and they would select certain players to go and just play each other. I think all the money was guaranteed. Maybe the winners got a little more, but the players basically split the money, and then they would go from one stop to another on a bus, like a rock star bus, and just travel like that. And then they'd sub in new teams to meet. Okay, you meet over here. We're going to fly you out here. You jump on the bus, play, and they would just jump around and play night exhibitions around the country.
So fun.
And make really good money,
was beach?
apparently. Yeah. Like super good money.
Yeah, it was like
make like 30, 40 grand in the off season.
Mid 2000s era. And it was all like, in Cincinnati they have like 5 facilities, I feel like, that you can play indoors. So they would just pop around. And it was kind of like a KOB format, maybe.
I don't remember the format.
I
don't think it was KOB.
Because on BVB, like all the Hot Winter Nights, like their partners listed as various.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
So I don't know exactly how it worked.
But
yes,
they all
just
played
pop
for
around,
fun. Like even if the prize money was more for the winners, they were all like, yeah, we'll all just split it. So they could like have fun, party on the bus, and like just enjoy the trip. And I think they made really good money, like compared to now.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to like make a semifinal to make just what they got to just be there and like party.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to ruin it for you, but
Are you going to try to do any indoor tournaments out in Indiana? Well, how close are like all those indoor facilities to where you live?
The beach ones?
Yeah.
Cincinnati's like 2 hours.
Okay. So
I think that's the only place that I was able to drive to.
Okay.
Nashville, I guess, or Hayden's Court. I drove to that one.
Oh, how was it?
When I was at home. It was awesome.
It's nice?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Super nice.
He's got, how many courts?
I think it was 5.
5 courts.
Maybe more.
I went when it was super new. Has he developed it?
Well, I went in 2020 also.
Okay. Because it was just like he had the courts and then there wasn't really much around it.
Yeah, it's definitely in the middle of nowhere, but there was a building there, but I don't know if it's part of the courts.
Yeah. I remember it was...
Yeah, he hadn't built his stuff yet, so I haven't been there since then.
Did you play... Was that... Me and JD played... Did you play
Yeah, I think
that
it was
one?
the same one.
Okay. Who were you playing with?
I played with Pre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, so it was like freezing and raining. And so I go in to use the bathroom, and John and Bill, because he was playing with Kalinsky.
Oh, yeah.
John and Bill are like on this turf area. Like John's on a warm-up bike. I was like, John, you're not telling anyone about this little secret warm-up area while freezing our asses off in the rain?
Nope.
So I can't be giving you guys an edge. And he
Sounds
ends up
like John.
getting hurt and pulling out of the tournament.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Sounds like John.
Yeah, I thought he was done, man. And then, shoot, I go 0-2 against him in one weekend. 2 years later.
Crazy. I always have more incentive to not get my first loss to you. John, don't blow this for me. Gotta talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah. I thought we were going to get the second set against you guys the first time we played.
I forget how it ended. I feel like everything was close.
Yeah.
Maybe
32-30 is the longest set I've ever played.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. It's a long set, man.
Damn. That's right. And that was the first match of the...
First match of the whole thing.
Was that the first set? Second set?
Second set.
Yeah.
You guys kind of handled us in the first. But I remember you were talking to him. It's like 27 or something. You're like, all right, it's good. Like, we need this test before Sunday. It's like, you cocky little shit.
I said that out loud so you guys could hear it?
Purposefully,
I think you said
bet.
it loud enough to make sure I could hear. I was like, damn, he's confident.
Yeah. I say some stuff loud enough for my opponents to hear. Just gotta test people, see what makes them react, you know?
Yeah.
This guy, like, you want me to have, like, is he gonna play worse if I talk to him and be nice to him, or if I'm mad at him, or if I give him the silent treatment?
Yeah.
Just keep going through until he starts playing
What's
bad.
your go-to? Are you like nice guy until proved otherwise? Or?
I mean, I think when you get to the top level, it's the guy, you can't really crack the guys, so there's no point in wasting your energy or focus. So I think for me, it's just being in my zone. But then AVP, you know, a lot less experienced players, so it's like it's worth testing them a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Go to though, I don't get mean unless like they come through the net first, kind of thing. It's like okay, so we want to play that game, and then I'll maybe indulge. But my partner usually gets there first, so I don't really need to.
Yeah.
I don't like talking and being nice either necessarily, unless I think it's gonna work. So I'm usually in my own zone, and then I talk. I bring energy to my partner. I think is what I play best. Give that, and then I'm just talking out loud. And if the other team thinks that I'm talking to them, like Travis listening to me, then that's their problem.
What have you kind of discovered your on-court persona?
I usually focus on myself. I think that was one thing that was weird when I came over is like the high-fiving during the game. It's like high five at the beginning, high five at the end, and then like you're my opponent. Like, do I have to say good job every time we cross the net?
Under the net.
Yeah, like I usually try not to.
Yeah.
Not because of like any sort of feelings, just like it's not my style really.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Like I'll high five my partner. Sometimes, if we're like they put their hand out, I'm not gonna like not high five them.
Yeah.
But it's just like a weird concept to me.
I agree.
And the whole like being honest thing is weird.
Yes, right.
Like if there's a ref, I have like no shame to be honest.
Right.
I don't think it's my job.
Right.
But like when I first came to the beach, like when we'd be at practice we would lie, right? Like at Michigan, like the coaches were the refs, so it's just like a normal game.
Yeah.
And then when we came here, like I don't remember what happened, but one time like someone got on me about being dishonest, which I'm a very honest person, but like when I'm competing, I'm competing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't know that this is how the whole sport was.
Right.
Like, I mean, now I'm honest at practice, but like that was a weird thing for me where I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't feel like I'm being a bad person. I'm just like trying to win.
That's so funny.
But during a game especially, I don't think I have to be honest. And I don't expect anyone else to be honest.
No. At practice, I mean, I literally grew up playing beach, so like we never had refs ever. It's like, dude, don't be the guy that's just like, we all saw the touch and then you're gonna not call it kind of thing. So like, we've always been used to like call your touches at practice.
Yeah.
I even give people like, that's close, yeah, it's yours. Like, just give it to them.
Yeah.
Make it harder on yourself.
Yeah.
But if there's a ref, hell no. I mean, we're playing for too much. It's not your job.
There's the really weird middle ground of like CBVA or an AVP Next.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Where
I would probably call my touches if I went and played there.
Where it's an unpaid ref. And so that's my rule is like if it's a paid ref, I'm not going to help you unless like it's kind of manipulative on my part where if I'm giving you like a couple honesty calls, I'm going to get one later.
Depends on your level too. Like if I went down there right now and played a CBVA and I'm like lying and like yelling at the ref, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah. Because this year, I mean, there were a couple CBVAs where there were main draw bids on the line.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
But you got a guy on his fifth Bud Light reffing you on the sideline.
Oh, God, yeah.
And you're like, well, this is a big tournament.
Right.
There's a main draw bid on the line. But I also got this guy who's like half-cocked trying to hit on a girl.
Right.
Like, what do you do here?
Yeah.
Do you call your own? Because my normal rule is paid ref. Don't call anything. Unpaid ref, I'll call my own touches unless I'm playing someone who's not going to give me that same respect in return.
Yeah.
And then it's whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a tricky little middle ground.
But I also won't, like, if I touch something, I'm not going to go there and be like, no, I swear to God, I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just shut up.
Yeah.
And be quiet and walk away.
Yeah.
But if I don't touch it, then you know that I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't touch that.
Yeah.
Or a net. I'm not going to argue to lie and like put on the theatrics like a soccer player or something.
Yeah.
Which I just can't watch that shit.
It's terrible.
God.
Yeah, no, I would never do that.
There's an art.
I wouldn't make it. Yeah.
But that is funny that you came out. You're like, no, I'm not going to call anything.
And I feel like people were like offended or mad, and I was like, I am sorry that it seems shitty. Like I wasn't trying to be shitty. I mean, obviously that's just what I was used to. Right. But yeah, it was an adjustment.
No one calls touches
like,
on the beach.
Yeah,
or
I
practice.
touched it.
It's like, yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
The worst. Especially like at practice when you get like the micro touch where it just brushes. You're like, I can't. Honestly, that might have been the air.
Yeah.
Like, should I call this?
Yeah.
Then I might not call it. Be like, there's no way that's getting called in the game. I'm good.
Yeah. My thing at practice, I never understand why people are like, dude, you doubled that. I'm like, practice.
Yeah, I've never called
a shit. Is that how you want to get a point at practice?
Yeah, I've never called a double ever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I don't care.
If people want to call it themselves, then.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not going to if I'm practicing like hand setting.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's terrible, but No,
Yeah, you can
I
call your
agree.
own.
We'll
I'm not gonna
heckle.
Call someone else.
Call your own, yeah.
Yeah.
Or heckle the opponent.
Yeah.
That's always fun too.
Yeah.
But some people are just almost can't practice with them anymore because of how annoying they get about and lying, like blatantly lying. Okay, dude, you can have the point. Like, we don't care. It's all good.
Yeah. Or like my favorite is when it's like you're playing a side out drill, and they'll give themselves an extra point or two. I'm like, all right.
How many people
want to win the side out?
How many people do that against me?
me?
Because I don't care what the score is. Or like,
Yeah.
what's the score? Oh, we're losing. Okay. I thought maybe we were up. I don't know. Or we're up by 5-0. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Still 16-12. We've been playing for like 10 minutes though. Yeah. Still 16-12.
16-12. Okay, whatever. Just tell me when I win.
That was actually, dude, that was so funny about playing you because I'm always like pretty aware of the score.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be switching and you'd be like walking back to hide and I'd be like, try it.
You're like telling me. Yeah. Yeah. I just let it ride.
Even
I
in
could have
competition,
corrected it. Oh, yeah.
you don't pay attention to the score.
No. But every once in a while I'll glance over, like when I'm like, okay, I feel like this is like getting away from me a little. I like be like, okay, now go time. You know?
Yeah.
Like when I like have that awareness to like snap into it. But I'll like look at the score too sometimes. Like I thought against Tim and Kyle maybe, where I was like, okay, it's tied. Like come out of the timeout, I come on the court and I glance over like, oh, we have a 3-point lead. Sick. That's way better. Like, I just felt like it was tied the way that it was going. I hadn't looked at the scoreboard. Yes, 3-point bonus right there.
Just a happy surprise.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend it for people.
No. So if you're serving and like the other team has 21 and you have 20,
I'm
you
fairly
don't know
aware
that.
fairly aware around match point. Like if I'm serving on match point and I know it's late in the game, like, is it match point? Do I want to miss this? But there's definitely many occasions where I don't know it's match point.
Mm-hmm.
That video that Madison made.
Yeah, Madison
so
found
funny. Carly, you gotta
me
look
just
up.
walking all over the place.
Madison-
Just, what? Where?
Madison made a video, try not knowing the score. It's so funny. He's like, gets an ace, and like Trevor celebrating, they win the set, and try just like walking back to serves, like looking for the ball. Like, oh, I'm going to the box now.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh
Okay.
my
Jog
gosh,
it
how
out.
do you do that?
I don't choose to do it. I've just observed myself doing it, and then I'm just like, well, I think it's an efficient way to keep my mind.
I think it's good. Every point's
It
0-0.
works for you.
I think I do need a partner that's aware and like good with the score and like timeout. That's why I usually make my partner. I mean, I've only had 2 partners really, but I'd rather have the other person if they're a thinker, which Trevor's like a little more of a thinker than me. I'd rather them be the captain and like whenever you want a timeout, or I'll tell you if I want a timeout, but like you can deal with all the other BS.
Yeah.
Just throw the ball up and I know what to do. So I think you need the other partner. If you have 2 like ding dongs like me out there, then we're just gonna be all over the place.
So funny.
Who knows?
Well, what does your off season look like, Carly?
I did some hot yoga today. That was nice.
There we go.
Nice.
First time in a while.
Where'd you go?
Hot 8.
Okay, never been there.
It's hot.
Big
Hermosa?
core power guy.
I think there's one in the South Bay.
Oh, okay.
But the one I went to is
Because
Santa
you're in
Monica.
Venice, right? Yeah.
Off season.
You're a big yoga guy, you said?
I like core power. When I do hot yoga,
yeah.
big core power guy.
Yeah.
I used to do it a lot more. What I used to do is get, like, the core power used to do a week free trial.
Yeah.
So I would just have, like, 10 different email addresses and get
Right.
all the free trials.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was a pretty good scam by me.
Yeah.
I was, like, scamming core power for, like, a year. It was
But
awesome.
did they not recognize when you'd walk in and it'd still be you?
Well, they have so many different locations. That
Oh,
I
you
just-
were moving around too.
Yeah.
You like really scheming.
Yeah.
Got it.
When you were
You
poor.
were really making an effort to like
Yeah.
switch up.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'll look pretty similar to not in season, but
Yeah.
training, working, do some different types of workouts, yoga, hopefully some pickleball. But other than that,
Little hand-eye.
Yeah.
Yoga's a great cross-training, I feel like, for us, because we really do need that flexibility, but we need to work out for a period of time without impact on our bodies.
Yeah.
Which, like, hard weightlifting, you're not necessarily getting the break from the impact. So yoga is just perfect for that.
Yeah.
And then hot yoga, yeah.
I know. Afterwards,
That's
I'm like,
gnarly. It's actually really good prep for like Austin, like
I
what you're
know,
talking
right?
about, where you're like sitting in the heat. Like, okay, I know I'm not gonna die because I was in hot yoga and I survived that.
I might throw up.
I might throw up, but I probably won't die.
No, today I was like, it was tough, but it feels so good after. Like when the air kicks on and they're like opening the door, you're like, wow, that was worth it.
Yeah, right. Totally.
Yeah, I think yoga is great for, everyone. You have to be so strong to actually do like a full yoga class.
Yeah, to like not like half-ass it and like nail all the techniques.
Yeah.
And be like in the full whatever warrior the whole time.
Yeah.
Just legs just burning.
Shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're watching like
I'm an athlete. I gotta be better than everyone else.
80-year-old grandma is just like zen
Oh
out
my
in front of you.
gosh.
Like, why is she so good at
God,
this?
I look like I'm in
dying.
so much better shape than this person.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's humbling.
It is very humbling.
Yeah.
Like when you have to take breaks and other people in there aren't, it's tough.
Gotta go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, me and Tri were recording a fan question episode, and one of our most common ones is what players do for money. And you mentioned you have kind of a little part-time.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah. So what do you do for money?
So I work at Remedy Place, which is like a wellness club. I just do like remote work for them from home. And then I work for a startup. It's called Belly Brain, and it's like a probiotic snack smoothie. So obviously like fermented, it's in a pouch. But we're close to launch. So we sell it in Remedy now, Remedy Place. But other than that, hopefully go direct to consumer like in the new year.
There we go.
Remedy's a physical location
Yes.
in Santa Monica?
In West Hollywood.
West Hollywood.
And in New York. We have 2 locations, yeah.
There we go. So if you're in LA or New York, get
Check
over
it
there.
out.
And then you got your new product coming out.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Should have brought some for you guys to try.
Yeah, some samples.
I know. I'll
Next
have to
time.
get you guys some. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, me and Dee gotta have you over because Delaney loves you.
I
Loves
love
coaching
Delaney.
you. But yeah. Loves playing with you too. So we'll have to have you over.
I know. I need to come see you guys' new place.
Yeah.
We need to do dinner. We need to meet the baby soon.
Yeah. A couple months. It's like coming up.
That's tripping me out. Madison just had a baby.
I know. It's crazy. We have like this next generation of like beach kiddos.
Oh gosh, that's so weird.
It
Naya's
is
like
really
the oldest
weird.
of the bunch. She's gonna be the leader of all these little.
I feel like a lot of people have
True.
kids though. That play. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a good amount that have kids.
It's just weird because like when I first came on, it was like 23, I think. And it was like, yeah, you're like laughing about it. Like, dude, you're so old. You have kids. And Hayden's like, one day, bro, you'll see. Those conversations will start turning into how much were the diapers that you bought kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm 3 years into that already. This is insane. Madison has a kid. Travis is going to have a kid. Like, what?
Yeah. Today, the kid's the size of a coconut.
That's big.
I know.
That's the app, yeah. Every week is like a different fruit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a banana last week.
Banana.
Yeah.
What?
Not the shape.
Not the shape, but the length of a banana.
The length.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
Which it can vary.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually they do like
round
solid,
fruits.
yeah, like avocados, grapes. I never heard banana.
Yeah, banana was new, and then it was like endive lettuce. Today's coconut. Coconut's a lot easier to imagine especially now that like Dee has like a little belly too.
Yeah.
I'm like that. Yeah, that's coconut sized.
She's such a cute pregnant person.
And she loves it. She's like the happiest pregnant lady in the world.
It's the best.
Yeah. So we'll have to have you over.
Yeah, for sure. Before she's down for the count.
Yeah.
But it seems like she's still kicking.
Yeah, she is. It's funny because she didn't lift like at all this season. She didn't have time. She's lifted more as a pregnant person than she did as a volleyball player. She's like getting after it.
Really?
Yeah, she has this like specific pregnancy lifting program now that Bree, the Pepperdine trainer.
Nice. Yeah.
Because she lives on like 6th Street.
Close by, yeah.
She lives right next to us.
That's
and
awesome.
So her old trainer made her like a pregnancy weight training program. She's getting
Just
after
full mama mode.
Love it.
Mom training.
She has like settled into her calling.
Baby pickup. Practicing.
Yeah.
Her exercises like the flower. Remember the flower baby? Do you ever have to do that? Elementary, they made us like we drew like a face on the flower bag.
Oh.
And had to keep the thing with us for like a week or something.
Oh man.
Or that's what it felt like. Maybe it was a day. And like take care of it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, ours is just like the flowers falling out of his face is falling off. It was like practicing taking care of something else. I don't know.
So funny.
You guys didn't do that? All right.
I feel like we had like actual fake babies in like health class. They would like cry.
My high school
Oh,
had
what?
that. I didn't take that class.
I
but
didn't
my
either.
high school had that.
Yeah. People would have to like take them to other classes, and the baby could just like start crying.
Oh, geez. In math class or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. Like they'd have to like run out and take care of it.
You had that?
People in my high school did. It was
Oh.
a specific class. It was like a home ec class or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we were a little ghetto in Hawaii. Bag of flour.
You guys were in like second grade taking care of kids, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's weird.
Literally, the only thing I remember doing with it is rolling it down the biggest hill, like that we could find. That's all I remember. Just dusting the whole hill with flour.
We found that.
Hopefully
not to be
after
that
the assignment was over, but I can't promise that's the case either. Grades were pretty average.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Carly, where can our listeners follow you? Where can they get updates of Carly Skjodt?
Updates. Just Instagram, really.
What's your handle?
First and last name. So you have
And
to
your last name is
figure
spelled?
out how to spell it. Skjodt.
Why wouldn't it be spelled like that?
Why not?
Carly, thanks for hanging. Sorry we had to have some technical difficulties with the camera.
Love it.
But you're just getting the full experience.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, have a great trip back home. Have a great Christmas, New Year's, and we'll see you whenever we have you over for dinner next year.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Shoots.
Shoots.
Do I have to say shoot?